Dateline. Avalon Pending. This is Avalon Pending. This week on Avalon Pending News, Google creates a Hypospray, the founder and the flaunder of Bitcoin, and EA creates an esports division.
Ooh. So we're going to start with the Google needle-free Hypospray.
Yeah.
So I'm here, Steve, and Brian's here. Josh isn't here this week, though.
Yeah, he's buggered off somewhere doing something.
Yeah.
Like work
so
or
it's
whatever.
just us to give you the news today.
Yep, sorry.
So yeah, the Hypospray is the first thing on our docket.
Yes, it is. So Google has filed a patent for a needle-free blood drawing smartwatch, which is a lot of things all in one. But I think the big reason why this is exciting is because of the Hypospray aspect. You can, take your blood without a needle if you're diabetic or you have another condition that needs to, monitor your blood, which is pretty cool because needles really freak me out.
Needles suck.
So, yeah. So it uses a gas-powered microparticle fired into the skin, causing a microeruption of blood, and then draws the blood into a sterile container for testing inside the smartwatch. But it doesn't have to be a smartwatch. It could be anything. It could just be something you carry around to test you if you want.
I think they're just being like, oh, smartwatch can do all that stuff already, so why not have a thing that also extracts blood?
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it's better than a microneedle because everyone's skin thickness is different. So you'd never be able to get a standardized needle that can work for everyone. Plus, it's annoying. I mean, can you imagine wearing a smartwatch and then randomly have a prick? Like, what the hell? This way the watch can just it's like, oh, my blood sugar's so low. Maybe I should do something about that, Yep. So it could be cool. It could be a sign that Google is getting ready to make a bigger splash in the smartwatch community as well, because there's no standard Android smartwatch, is there? Right. There's the Samsung smartwatch.
The Asus smartwatch is not necessarily standard, but it's a nice smartwatch.
But you need an Asus phone in order to get to work.
Yeah.
So there's nothing out there that you can an Android watch that you can just pick up and have it work with any Android phone, which I think is the ultimate goal, because if they want to ever compete with Apple and the smartwatch, whatever the balls they call that thing.
Yeah.
So
now it's also important to keep in mind that this is only a patent.
Yes.
So it could just be that some dude had an idea and they wanted to make sure no one took it.
Google does that all the time.
Yeah, so there's no way to know for sure if they're actually trying to work on something like this, but it would be amazing if they are, and with all the media coverage they're getting, I would imagine they probably would do it just because of that.
Right. But I would be much happier getting my tetanus shots if there were Hyposprays.
So we have Bitcoin news this week, because apparently some people, which have been searching for the Bitcoin founder forever, they've looked everywhere to try to figure out who he is, apparently think they found him. And I say apparently and think because we don't know for sure if this is the founder of Bitcoin. But it's an Australian man named Craig Wright, whose actually home was raided by police because, I guess, of a tip, which I don't know if that's legal, just to raid a person's home without any actual proof, but that aside...
it's Australian law, not American law, so things might be different.
Maybe. No one knows where he is right now at the moment, so he's kind of either hiding out or he's in a different country or something, so not really good being like, hey, I'm not that guy, but I'm also out of here.
Right.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Little iffy. So yeah, if the biggest part of all this is the actual owner of Bitcoin, whoever he may be, if it is this guy, has a huge Bitcoin bank. And if you were ever really try to access it and try to get some money, then they would instantly know who he is, and it could also really affect the Bitcoin price, because it would just gold standards, if someone found a whole bunch of gold all of a sudden, gold prices would, I think, drop, right?
Yeah, theoretically. It depends on what they valued the gold to be, because the whole value of Bitcoin is that it's actually based on a value,
right,
that is powered by a bunch of encryption and computers and all that stuff. But the monies we use today are based on a perceived value of precious metals and trust that we actually have it, So
So it's something like, along those lines could end up happening if like is the dude and everything starts to like go down, and he actually feels like he has to pull that money out to protect himself and whatnot. But regardless of whether or not if he is the founder or not, apparently he is doing some stuff with bitcoins and some supercomputers to mine bitcoins. So maybe that's why he actually ran, because he was involved with Bitcoin, and that could still get him in trouble, even if he wasn't the founder.
Possibly.
In Australia, anyway.
Yeah.
Because I guess they have really laws against Bitcoin and tax evasion and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's very possible he could be. It's also possible he's not. But just So possibly Bitcoin founder.
Yep. Just another interesting bump on the road of Bitcoin,
which I didn't know no one knew who he was until this article came out. Like I didn't know he was like a mysterious person no one knew. I was actually kind of surprised about that.
Well, it's kind of cool when you think about it.
No, it's like all intrigue and spy and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah,
and then we got our last news.
Yeah, so EA, Electronic Arts, has created an esports division focusing on their more esport-esque titles like Madden, NFL, FIFA, and Battlefield, which is not
like literal. Well, not Battlefield so much, but
the other two are actual like they're sports.
Literal esports. Yeah.
Yeah. Battlefield, I guess. I mean, if Counter-Strike can be considered an esport, then Battlefield can as well. So
yeah.
The division is being led by Peter Moore, who is the former president of Sega America.
He wants more.
Corporate VP of Microsoft's Interactive Entertainment Business Division. And they're going to be focusing on three main pillars of success: competition, communication, and entertainment. And they're going to be creating and organizing themed esports events based on the games, the three games that we mentioned earlier, for it to go out and have this big old, maybe a year-long Madden competition or a season-long Madden competition in cooperation with the NFL, or the same with FIFA, or like have a big Battlefield tournament like the Dota and LoL championships, stuff like that. So we're going to be seeing more esports. Right. They'll probably be pushing for getting more like international players to have visas for professional sports to play games. Because like the big thing is that if you play League of Legends in another country, you can, and you're good and you're part of a team and you can get a sponsor, you can come to America on an athletics visa.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe not for long with the whole, everyone trying to stop people from getting into this country because of terrorism. But
probably, but that is a completely different topic.
That's a whole different topic, yeah. Yes. It's interesting that Madden and FIFA are on there. It's like, I understand other things being esports, but surely it's better to watch real soccer than to play soccer.
I mean,
when you start talking about actual games based on real fucking sports, like where's like what makes people want to watch a sports video game rather than watch an actual sports game?
Well, I mean, it's the same sort of. I mean, you can say that with any of the video games. It's like, why watch someone else play Madden when you could be playing it yourself? You can't really go out and
watch someone play Battlefield in real life. Like, you can't just go out and watch a fucking war happen and just, sit back and enjoy yourself. Like, that's not a thing that happens.
Right. Yeah, but it's, I mean, if you're a fan of the game, chances are you're going to be a fan of, watching other people play it. So, I mean, and, the whole YouTuber community is based around that.
True. Just a little weird. A little weird when it's actual sports that are out there compared to just games like the one game
League of Legends and Dota,
League of Legends, yeah. Like that makes sense because it's not based on anything, so you're watching something unique. But hey, so that's still interesting though. That means they're trying to obviously gear towards making their own divisions and all that stuff focused around their own games more, instead of like third parties kind of getting their hands into things like that.
Yeah, for sure. And so on every EA game you buy, it's going to be a little sticker that says, esport, join a league or something like that, I'm sure. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all our news for today.
Yes, that was our news of the week. If you
we'll
have
be here...
suggestions for topic for us to cover next.
Yes.
For next Saturday's videos.
If you see anything cool throughout the week or whatever, or something we might have missed that, even if it happened like a week or two ago, should be covered or whatever the case is, you can send us Twitter.
Right. Yeah, go ahead
and
give us a tweet at AvalonPending, or you can leave a comment in the section below, or you can, try to find our videos on Reddit, which good luck, but they're there.
Yep.
So,
but yep. Thank you for watching.
Yep. Thank you.
And bye.
Bye.
The game that came out of nowhere.
Game. Yeah,
it's such a good game. I love it so much. They are coming out with a winter version. It's like hockey, and you have a puck, and you're shooting that around it. And right now they have like these random variable crap. So when you get into the game, the ball is like super big, like a beach ball, and gravity's turned down, and the ball is super heavy, and it's just impossible to.